The sun warmed the wet grasses. Dew sparkled like diamonds. It was a new day in the Pantanal wetlands. A tiny capybara was born. Her fur was wet, her eyes were closed. She snuggled close to her mother for warmth. The little one was one of 4 in the litter. Her siblings squeaked and shuffled beside her. They were eager to explore their new world, but for now they needed their mother's milk and protection. The mother capybara licked her young clean. She nudged them gently with her nose. She would teach them all she knew: how to swim, how to find food, how to stay safe. The world was full of dangers for a young capybara, but for now, the little ones were safe in their mother's care. They were ready to begin their journey of life. The little capybara grew stronger each day. She drank her mother's milk and her fur grew thick and brown. Soon she was big enough to take her first wobbly steps. The world was a symphony of sights and smells. The air was thick with the scent of water and grass. Birds sang in the trees. Insects buzzed in the air. Her mother showed her how to find the tastiest grasses. She taught her how to swim in the cool, clear water. The little capybara loved the feeling of the water on her fur. She played with her siblings. They chased each other through the tall grasses. They splashed in the shallows. Life was good for the young capybara. The sun rose over the wetlands. The capybara family woke from their sleep. They had spent the night on a small island, safe from predators. The mother led her young ones down to the water's edge. They drank deeply, quenching their thirst. Then they began to graze on the lush grasses. Capybaras are social animals. They live in large groups. The young ones played with other youngsters in the group. They learned from each other and from the older, more experienced capybaras. As the sun began to set, the family returned to their island. They huddled together for warmth and safety. The young capybara drifted off to sleep, her belly full of grass and her heart content. Life in the wetlands was not always peaceful. Danger lurked around every corner. Jaguars, caiman and anacondas all preyed on capybaras. The young capybara learned to be wary. She always stayed close to her mother and the other adults in the group. She knew that there was safety in numbers. One day a jaguar stalked the group. The capybaras scattered, running for their lives. The young capybara felt a surge of fear, but she knew what to do. She followed her mother into the water. They swam to the safety of a nearby island. The jaguar could not follow. The young capybara had survived another close call. Section 5. Finding a mate, building a family. The years passed. The young capybara grew into a strong and healthy adult. She had learned the ways of the wetlands. She knew how to find food, how to avoid predators, how to survive. One day she met a handsome male capybara. He was strong and had a thick, glossy coat. They spent hours together, grazing and swimming. They were soon inseparable. They mated and the female capybara became pregnant. She carried her young for about 5 months. Then, one warm night, she gave birth to her own litter of pups. She had become a mother, just like her own mother before her. The cycle of life continued. Section 6. The joys and challenges of motherhood. The mother capybara was overjoyed with her pups. They were small and helpless, just like she had been. She cleaned them carefully and nursed them with her rich milk. She was a devoted mother. She protected her pups fiercely from any perceived threat. She taught them the skills they would need to survive in the wetlands. Motherhood was not without its challenges. Food could be scarce, especially during the dry season. Predators were always a threat. But the mother capybara faced each challenge with courage and determination. Her pups were her world. She would do anything to keep them safe and healthy. Section 7. The cycle of life continues. The mother capybara watched her pups grow. They learned quickly, just like she had. Soon they were big enough to join the other youngsters in the group. They played and splashed in the water. They chased each other through the grasses. They were full of life and energy. The mother capybara felt a surge of pride. She had successfully raised another generation. Her genes would live on in her offspring. The cycle of life in the wetlands continued, unbroken. The mother capybara, though older now, still had a vital role to play in the group. Section 8. Twilight years and wisdom. The years turned into a decade, then another. The once young mother was now the oldest female in her group. Her coat, once glossy, was now streaked with grey. Her movements were slower, but her mind was sharp. She had seen it all: floods, droughts, predators, and the ever-present struggle for survival. She had witnessed the loss of friends and family, but also the joy of new life arriving each year. This wisdom was her gift to the younger generation. They sought her out, eager to learn from her experience. She taught them the best places to graze, the safest places to sleep, and how to read the signs of danger. Section 9. Legacy of a Life Well Lived. One cool morning, the old capybara didn't rise with the sun. Her long life, filled with the rhythms of the wetlands, had come to a peaceful end. The other capybaras gathered around her, sensing the loss of their matriarch. She had been a constant presence in their lives, a symbol of strength and resilience. Though she was gone, her legacy lived on. The lessons she taught, the young she had raised, and the spirit of survival she embodied continued to flow through the generations. The wetlands themselves seemed to mourn her passing, the wind rustling through the grasses, a final farewell to a life well lived.